Hello, Giants fans. Welcome to Giants Baseball 101. I'm Gabe Vaughn, your host. It's been a long offseason, we know it. And everything was just hanging in the air for a lot of teams for sure, but I think for the Giants in particular, throughout the offseason, things were just hanging, and fortunately for them, they were given a lot more time to make their decisions, a lot more time than last year. Although we still saw the disappearance of superstars such as Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. But now we've seen the Giants get some things done, and I think most notably now in the signing of Blake Snell to a 2-year, $62 million contract. It was up in the air for a long time. The Giants needed rotation help, and Snell just appeared to be probably their best target, and we also knew his weakness. But based on the Giants, based on an analysis of the Giants from a market standpoint, in addition to it just being clear that their fan base is and should be demanding a championship, they needed to get something done, even if it meant taking a risk. And now we really can say that they have done the right thing in signing Blake Snell. And there are a number of things that I think it's important to look at here. One is the details of his contract, because this is not consistent with any of the projections. And it goes in the Giants' favor, because we remembered from before it was supposed to be something more like 5, 6, or 7 years. And that was where all of the concern came in, because at that time, like at the end of that, how would he be performing, and where would the walks be, and just with the way he struggles with command and his age, and was he going to age well? It's just, you didn't know, but the market has developed the way it did. And I'll just say it really is a thing that players don't take the offers that they realistically could get in a certain period of time, and then they just wait and wait and wait because they are expecting to get something better, and then the window of opportunity actually narrows as time gets either closer to the start of spring training or it gets underway. And this applies to starting pitchers too. The starting pitchers are not excluded just because they're kind of the top of the market kind of deal, and have been for a long time. So I can't say that I really know all of the details of how this came about with Snell, that he ended up taking a 2-year contract, even though he has walk issues, and there's kind of some risk there, and definitely some risk to him personally, as definitely when he comes to the end of that. I mean, the risk would be if he were not to have a good couple of years, it would be definitely more difficult for him to get a major offer. But he was just hanging for a long time, and I think just at the end of the day, it became apparent that market competition wasn't really pointing in the direction of him getting that long guaranteed contract. So it's something that we really got to be grateful that it went in the Giants' way here, that they were able to sign Snell and get him for a guaranteed 2 years. And he has an opt-out after the 2024 season. So if things do go well and as planned, and if he does pitch well, it is possible he might exercise that and look to the free agent market again. But at least for 2024, the Giants get him, and they're just very fortunate to have the opportunity to get him on a short-term deal, and it's still just large in magnitude. as far as based on what he's going to be paid, about $30 million per year. But the Giants were right. They did it right this time, and they accurately signed him when they needed to this extremely high salary. And he's no reason to think he's not deserving. He is a former Cy Young Award winner. But I mean, Farhan Zaidi did his job here, and he's got some super high profile players on the board, we can say, with Blake Snell and Jung-Hoo Lee and Jorge Soler. I mean, at least he has gotten something done for the Giants. So I think it's definitely why we can hope for a playoff spot. But again, things just with Blake Snell, they really went in the Giants' favor, and they were able to get him on a short-term deal, and they jumped on that opportunity after Snell was just available on the market for so long. So he will be joining the Giants rotation, and I think definitely he will play a big part. I think one of the questions is who's going to start on opening day. Will it be him, or will it be Logan Webb? And that might come down to a spring training performance, but honestly, I don't think it's really about who starts on opening day and who's second, as to just getting some real good solid performance from the rotation. It's something the Giants have been lacking for a long time. However that turns out, it's really just about getting good performance here. And I think that if there's a potential concern about Snell's endurance and ability to go deep into games, I think the only reason there really would be is if he really is challenged a lot by batters adjusting to him and taking pitches and walking, and even if he pitches out of jams very well, there's obviously a chance that could drive up his pitch count. And I'm just mentioning it because it's probably something that they want to make it a priority to have him work on there, just so that he can pitch obviously as deep into games as possible. And hopefully this bullpen will be strong enough that won't be an issue blowing his games when he starts. So it's a job well done by the Giants, adding an arm to their rotation. That he was a guy that they absolutely needed to get, and now they do have him. And I think it was improbable they were going to get him, to be honest. I honestly thought they hadn't signed him by now. It wasn't going to happen. So in my mind, it was definitely improbable. But it did happen. He remained on the market, and the Giants jumped on a really good opportunity, and they signed him. So we finally get to see something go in the Giants' favor here. And the key is that he and Logan Webb both stay healthy. And I mean, obviously, when Robbie Ray does come back, he's going to have to be healthy, and he's going to have to be good. The Giants could be really strong in a wild card series if they could have three really good pitchers, obviously counting on the fact that they could be really good. And I'm just saying that because it'd be very hard. I'm not trying to say don't believe in your team here, but I'm just saying it would be very hard to imagine the Giants winning the division with the Dodgers stacked as hard as they are. So if we are thinking about a wild card series, there is at least the fact that the Giants, if they can work it out so that they are strongest when they do have their best guys pitching, and obviously work the bullpen that way too, then it could be an issue of just getting to the playoffs, and then they do at least get to the division series. Just that path forward right there. Thank you for watching. This has been Giants Baseball 101. Please subscribe if you haven't. Also, please leave your questions and comments. You know where to do it. I'll see you next time on Giants Baseball 101.